It's Joseph, and we're back with another video. So, after that little crash out, man, usually you do not allow external forces to get the best of you, because this is a message for my divine feminines, right? Who are going through maybe a difficult time when it comes to self-mastery. You are in control of your feelings and your emotions, right? Find what works best for you. When it comes to coping, when it comes to being in union with yourself and just staying in the being, that's past the ego, right? That's something a lot of people challenge and deal with, is that ego. A little bit of that ego death, the last little bit that just needs to disappear before that full enlightenment, right? That past little identity that still needs to die, that still needs to be abolished, it still needs to go away on these spiritual journeys. So you need to understand that in this world, people will spend their whole lives trying to figure out their purpose, right? And the thing is, a lot of people won't ever see it, and they get disappointed and they curse God for it because they don't feel as connected, they don't feel as close. But what God teaches you is to go within, be close with yourself, understand yourself, but don't lean on your own understanding by any means, stay at peace. And that's very difficult to say, a bit difficult to do, because there are external forces, but maintaining that inner peace, it's a choice. Happiness is a choice in this world too. And it's pretty selfish, right, for some people to be like choosing to be happy when the whole world has all these other problems, external forces going on, right? But just understand, if you truly believe this is heaven as it is on earth, as above so below, as within it, maintain your happiness. And maintaining your happiness is finding success in the passions that you do, such as reading, such as writing, such as drawing, or you could be a teacher, expressing yourself with the things that you love to do, right? Not what other people would love you to do or other people would want you to do. You do what's best for you, do what makes you happy. Because a lot of the times you're not meant to fit in. You were never made to fit in. You're made to be an example, because you are your own person. You're not like everybody else. You're not made to be like everybody else in this world. No, you are yourself. You are unique in your own way. Everybody serves a purpose. Go within to find that purpose. Talk to God. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's been brought out of some sort of darkness that's just unexplainable to the normal person. And the thing is, you should never have to explain yourself, because the opinion of yourself and the opinion of God should be the only ones that matter, because God knows your heart. God knows my heart. And a lot of times people don't understand God because they keep their hearts closed off. A lot of times people refuse to heal because it's a choice. You have to choose to heal, right? Because you can't just have a broken wine glass and expect to keep filling it without it pouring everywhere. No. You can't just throw tape on it and expect it to be, yeah, this is good enough. I'm going to keep pouring into it, and here it's just leaking out. You got to fully surrender that. Fully surrender that, because that's that ego. No, I'll just throw it on there, it'll be alright. That's that ego. You're protecting yourself. You're cutting yourself short, and you're doubting yourself. Just don't ever let your self-doubt kill your dreams. Don't allow the external factors dictate or define who you are. Just as the story of Joseph. He took on many fractures by man. Many fractures. Tempted many times. But he knew of his power. And he never lost his faith. Never. You know, I respect that man. Never lost his faith, never fell to temptation. You know, and the way he was rewarded. Betrayal, lies, backstabbing, imprisonment. I can feel that. I feel sympathy and I understand. But the strength that man had was beyond excellence. It was beyond it. And that's something to look up to. That's a role model. He never gave up. And he forgave in the end too. He gave all his brothers jobs too. He said, you come to the land of Egypt, man. I'll make you all rulers, make you all leaders. I forgive you all. Like, they didn't even know who he was until he revealed himself. You know, during those years of famine, he's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm your brother. And they're like, what? And it was the dream he had. You know, I could relate to that too. Like, I shared my dreams so many times with people, so many times. I don't regret it because of the heart that I have, because I'm a passionate person. And a lot of times people say, oh, if you lead with your heart, you're going to lose, you're going to whatever. You lead with love. Because God is love. You know, and if you love love, you love God. You know, and if you want to understand how to love, understand God. Don't understand in your own terms, don't understand in your own definition, because throughout the ages, the definition of love has changed drastically. You know, society likes to make it seem like, oh, you got to work a 9 to 5, you got to get married, you got to do this for this person, do that for that person. That's what love is. It's like, no. Love's really what you make it out to be. But go find it with God first. Because God loves you, and it's all around you. Discover that for yourself. You know, find what works best for you. You know, keep that peace of mind. Always come back to yourself. Every day. Every day. Stick with your prayers, your affirmations, you know, your rituals, not black magic rituals. Rituals as in you can burn a candle, send a prayer up to your ancestors, send a prayer up to God, let them know how grateful you are. Gratitude's huge, people. Gratitude is the attitude. You want to get anywhere in life, you have to be grateful. You know, because things ain't just going to pop up in your lap. You know, you got to go out there and get it. And you can't be afraid. You know, God rewards the fearless. God rewards the bold, the courageous, the brave. Ever notice all the stories in the Bible of how brave these men and women were, right? Even in all the ancient scriptures, you see all the other religious materials, how the gods, the divine, the angels, the Most High, whoever you believe in, is rewarded for their bravery. And it is their integrity that takes them so far in life. And that faith and that trust. No matter how dark the situation is, they kept pushing. You know, and so should we. You know, take their word of advice. You know, there's a reason why they left these stories behind, you know, because spirituality isn't about a book. Spirituality isn't in a book. Spirituality is life. You know, it's beautiful, it's ugly, it's light, and it's dark. You know, and it's certainly not for the weak. You gotta be strong. You gotta be brave in this cruel world out here, man. There's a lot of people out here, happiness haters, who just want to bring you down to their own level and their misery, but don't allow them to. You can control how you feel. You can control how you react. You can control how you come back from anything. You know, if you've been outcasted, if you've been black sheep by your family, so be it. Because that's not your family. Those aren't your peoples. That's not your environment. That's not your work. It's not your community. Rejection is the greatest projection ever made. And once you fully understand and take the grasp that all enemies sent your way are also God's enemies, but it's also sent by God. And those are lessons for you to learn, because we all have a lesson to learn from one another, whether you see it or not. And a lot of times people become each other's karma. But there's a valuable lesson behind it. There's shadow work, and you cannot be afraid of your shadows, people. Embrace your shadow self. Love your shadow self, right? Forgive and let go, but never forget. Deuces.